sleeping on my city. Don't be 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 how we get down. Don't be sleeping on my city. Don't be sleeping on my city. Don't be sleeping on my city.
Yeah, what it do? It's your boy Bodean, and you are now tuned into another episode of StlVsErrbody. Got a very special guest in the building with me, one of my favorite artists in St. Louis, one of the nicest with the pen, dope with the production, Mr. Davie Napalm. What's good with it, bro?
I appreciate you, dog.
How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Yeah, man.
I cannot complain at all.
Yes, sir. It's for the people who don't know about you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, you sleeping under a rock anyway. But just in case the people that aren't familiar, like tell us a little bit about who Davie Napalm is.
Oh, man. Davie Napalm is, like you said, a producer, MC. Produce for a lot of cats here. I'm starting to produce for a lot of cats that I like listening to, that I've been fans of for a while.
Yeah.
And I work really closely, and I'm a big part of the Looprat band, which is what some people know me from as well. I own a vegetable farm, which is another thing people know me from. Sell produce to a lot of fine dining restaurants. And what else, man? Really just make a lot of music, man.
For sure. We're gonna get into all that today.
No doubt.
So first things first, like how did you get the name Davie Napalm?
Yeah, someone just asked me that the other day. I had to remember. I think at first my name was just Davey, and then I said it in a song at one point, and it was my buddy. His name was Debo. He was like, "Yo," it was just a line in a song I said, and he was like, "That's the hardest shit I ever heard. That has got to be your name from here on out." And at first I was like, "Nah, bro, that shit sounds corny as hell." And then I just ran it by a couple other people. They're like, "Nah, that shit's crazy hard."
Yeah.
I'm like, "All right, fuck it."
That mode was fire, bro.
That's
That's a very catchy name.
Yeah.
And Looprat. So Looprat is a collective. How did y'all come to be?
Yeah, Looprat is a band and a collective. It's an interesting thing, but Looprat, all of the cats that originally started Looprat grew up in U-City.
Okay.
Almost all of them went to school together, grew up in jazz band and stuff together, and most of them are jazz musicians, like trained jazz musicians. And I found out about them. I had a roommate at the time who was like, "Oh, I know this kid who lives with this dude that raps in a band," and I'm like, "Fuck that dude! Like, I don't want to hear none of that shit." Like, I always been like that, which is, well, but yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, I was like, I don't want to hear it. And then one time we were chilling, and he was just playing something. I was like, "This sounds kind of dope. What is this?" He was like, "Those are those people I was telling you about." I was like, "Oh, okay, let's pull up on them." So I went over there and linked with them, and what's real funny is what happened was, how I actually joined the group was I made this song with them. Like, I was cooking up some songs for my solo project that I had, that one of the songs, I don't know what the fuck it was, but I sampled some blues song. The band was like, "Oh, this is dope." I had a show coming up with them. They're like, "Let's play this song live during our set." And I was like, "Nah, we're gonna play that shit live during my set, because it's my song." And they were like, "Well, you wanna be in Looprat?" Long story short, nah, I'm giving them cats trouble, but yeah, they really love this song that we made, and that's what earned me my stripes in Looprat, no doubt.
That's dope. And you said they're all trained musicians, like jazz?
Yeah, even some of the rappers like Nate, you know, he plays the French horn. He was like one of the best French horn players in the country, you know, when he was playing actively.
That's dope.
But yeah, they're all like world-class musicians, no doubt. It's a serious band.
Yeah.
And so I do some production work with them and build it out into, like, you know, full arrangements with their assistants. And we have a new singer in our group, Black Buddha Bear, legendary vocalist. We've been blessed to have him join our group recently. But yeah, how it came to be is a two-part story. A lot of them grew up together, and I believe Nat King Flow was the first cat to get them all together and rap with them, the band behind him, and then that kind of evolved, and then I joined a little bit later on.
So you don't play any instruments, you just produce?
Not actively. I can't, not like them. Oh no, not like that. But I play enough to understand and to arrange music. Like I play in a lot of productions that I make for other artists, but I couldn't play with them live at all. Like they're on another level, and maybe a couple years down the road. But no, I play enough to understand it and to translate, to them what I'm trying to do.
I think it was pretty cool. Like, it's a jazz band, and the way like y'all music is kind of more like a bebop, jazzy type of hip hop sound. So like all y'all mesh very well.
Yeah, man, that's the fam.
First time I heard you though, I think it was at Cicero's. So this shows how long I've known of these guys. Cicero's. But the first time I heard you, I was like, damn, this kid is nice. Like the voice, the flow, the way you perform, you know what I'm saying, with the mic like this and all that. I was like, man, this dude is nice, man. Had a very, like, you kind of remind me of you don't sound like Jadakiss or anything, but you kind of put me in that, you know what I'm saying, element, just real raspy voice, and like you just be spitting some shit.
No doubt.
Who are some of your influences as far as like rappers go?
I'd say I didn't even grow up listening to rap music, for real. I started listening to rap when some of my family moved from Michigan, and my cousins were living at my house for a short period of time. And my cousin would always go to sleep listening to music, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck what are you listening to? Like, that you gotta listen to this shit before you go to sleep every night, like. And he showed me some cats, and like the first cats that I was really like, yo, this shit's crazy, was like Lupe Fiasco, Common, Kanye West. And I didn't even know them cats were all like Midwest cats from Chicago at the time.
Yeah.
Those were just the cats he was showing me that were like sticking with me. Like the production level really stuck out to me, just the quality and the live elements of their production, how full it was and advanced it was. And then their content, it wasn't just this two-dimensional shit, it was like they were saying something that was really true to them and unique to what they had going on, and that shit just spoke to me, and I was like, I never heard no rap shit like this, for real. Like, I hadn't been introduced to just proper hip-hop, so that was like the very beginning, and then like the more I was like, okay, I gotta understand what's going on with this hip-hop shit, like, then I got into like, East Coast hip hop, and that's where I got kind of stuck, like that shit. And then it was like, Rakim, of course, like that's a big influence. When I first discovered Rakim, I was like, what's going on? Like,
Who are these guys?
This dude was so ahead of his time, it's not even funny. Like,
yeah.
Then, the Nas's, love Nas early shit, Big L, a lot of, even this like OC, which is another cat from Big L's crew. Can't even remember. Digging in the Crates. Is that the name of that? What's the label that all them cats were on?
Is it Flamboyant ENT or something?
Fat
like
Joe
that?
was on there, and all them Lord Finesse. What's the label that they were on? I can't remember. Either way, Digging in the Crates is what I think it was. But a lot of them cats were big influences. Lord Finesse, like Producer MC, just
it's like a real 90s vibe.
Oh yeah, like all that
vibe.
shit was like, and then like even like the cats that came shortly after them, like Elzai and who else, man? Little Brother, like all those cats. I listened to them for real for periods of time where I was like, bro, what? Like Elzai has a project called Out of Focus. That's like before any of his like really popular shit. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. Produced by House Shoes. Yeah, shit's crazy.
Still,
yeah,
bro.
all that shit.
Hell yeah. How hard is it for you to produce and rap? Like, is it? Cause I heard like with some producers that rap, they make beats, but the beats they make, like they can't rap off them. You know what I'm saying? Like
I say like, it's hard for me to like freestyle over beats that I made because I'm like thinking about what I need to change in them and like how to make them, and then who I'm making this for, and like there's a lot of things that are running through my mind that makes it hard to like freestyle on the beats. But I mean, for me, it just is like, it comes in phases where it's like, I'll produce, you know, and write, you know, here and there, but I'll be producing for like 2-3 months, make, you know, countless beats for myself, for other artists, and then, you know, decide, all right, these ones are mine. I'm not showing these to nobody, you know what I'm saying? And then when I get to a point where, you know, it's time to start writing again, like, and I always, like I said, I always have projects I'm working on with other people where I am writing continuously, but yeah, I kind of do it in phases so that I can really lock in and, you know, really focus on the production and make sure it's at its highest quality. And then when I'm writing, I'm really just locked in, working on making sure that shit sounds like I'm not a producer MC, I'm just a rapper. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to make sure I'm focused when I'm doing either one. It's not too hard to do both, but I can't say that every beat, like, they just, if I can focus on one, it comes really easy. But if I'm trying to do both at the same time, it is difficult. But I figured that out, so it doesn't stress me anymore.
For sure. I know when I first met up with you to like work, like you said that you were kind of just in your own bubble, you know what I'm saying? You want to start reaching out to more artists and like work and stuff with different artists and make beats for people and things. How has that been going for you?
Very well.
Very well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's been
Who's some cats you've been working with, man?
Some stuff I don't want to speak too soon on before the tracks come out and whatnot, but Benny's artist, this dude named Rick Hyde, who used to be really just a producer from my understanding, or at least that's what I knew him for. He used to produce a lot of Benny's stuff, almost a lot, all his early stuff was, you know, his BSF family, but he's been doing a lot of rapping stuff recently, and his stuff's pretty incredible. Been working with him a lot, working with one of Conway's new artists, this dude named Goose, by the way.
Dope.
Really, really dope dude. Obviously, my cats here that, you know, that I rock with just as much. Armani, of course. I got this cat named Preem that I've been working with a lot recently that I've been producing a ton of stuff for him. Dude is cold-blooded. And Looprat, everybody in Looprat. Nat King Flow's got some new shit coming. All them cats, I call them by their first name, so like, Nate is Nat King Flow. But yeah, he's got a solo project he's putting together. I got at least one joint on there. I think I'm supposed to put another one together for him, so. There's some cats, man.
He got some stuff, man. He got some stuff in the cut.
For sure.
For sure.
BBP is another cat I've been working with recently.
Okay.
Super dope. Really, really talented cat. All them Kinfolk cats, Chevy,
Shout
Cutter,
out to them.
all them cats. Been locking in with them, so.
For sure. Well, man, I'm looking forward to hearing them collaborations, man, and that production work.
Yeah, man.
So y'all make sure y'all be on the lookout for that all year.
Yeah, man.
And you got a solo joint that you just, is it out? Yeah.
Like the project?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, you got a solo joint that just came out, I think, what, two months ago?
It came out let me think. It came out at the very end of last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Most definitely.
Because you had that one, single.
Mm-hmm.
It was a sample that J. Cole used. You killed that shit, though.
But we played it live.
Yeah, you killed that shit, bro.
I appreciate that, dude.
That shit was fire.
That was super dope. It was originally a song we had arranged for a Tiny Desk submission, and then we played it live for the submission, and then I was like, nah, we got to use this beat, because when we made the beat, it was just smacking so hard. And I was like, watch what I do with this beat. It's gonna go up more than our Tiny Desk submission. And people love that shit, man.
Did you how was it working on a solo project compared to like a group effort? Is it more harder or is it easier?
I'd say it's different. Like, I encourage everybody who's in a group to do solo work and vice versa, because there's some stuff that you can never do by yourself. Like I can't, like I don't play the guitar. You know, I haven't been playing for, you know, the guitar for 15 years or bass or any of these things that, you know, that I can incorporate in my work when I'm working with looprat. And then, you know, there's some stuff that, some products you will only reach when you're crafting something by yourself. And not just with looprat, you know, there's other producers I've been working with recently. Ray and AR is a super dope producer duo I've been working closely with. And yeah, man, there's things you can never do by yourself, and there's stuff that you would never flush out with somebody else and have it be, you know, what it became when you just pulled it out of your own head. So yeah. I think you gotta have both, and I'd say they both come with their own difficulties. You know, it's difficult to work with people and make sure that their ideas are coming out, and you're not just, you know, trying to take over the situation and control it. And then, you know, when you're by yourself, you know, sometimes some people struggle with finding inspiration, or, you know, you can get trapped just working by yourself and get in this little bubble or whatever it may be. You know, they come with their own side effects. But
yeah,
I think they're both critical and help each side grow. You know, like if you work in a group and you don't have your solo stuff, I feel like you almost feel like the stuff that should be your solo stuff you try and force into the group thing, and
that can cause problems too.
Yeah, you know, you got to have your own outlet to release certain material that's just you, you know.
Sure. You got some more solo stuff coming?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, we looking forward to it.
Yeah, man, this year I got some solo stuff, doing a lot of collaborative stuff this year, just because I haven't in the past. I've really just been doing my own stuff, or at least all my material up till now is mostly just me on the tracks. And so, you know, I've been working with a few other producers that I really like their sound, and you know, I do have some crazy solo stuff coming up soon though. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, just dropped a track not too long ago with Preem, maybe a week ago. Yeah, got some stuff.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, so Napalm and Bo collab in there.
Yeah, we need
in the
that
future.
soon. We gotta have that soon.
Hell yeah, bro. Two more things, man, and I'm gonna get out your hair. What else do you do besides rapping? I know you said you like grow the vegetables.
Yeah, man.
How this going?
Actually, this year I took a break from that just to focus on music, because it's an extremely time-consuming thing, farming. And I'd say it was just time to focus more on my music. I had a lot of opportunities on the table that I wasn't going to be able to juggle if I was trying to farm simultaneously. So that is all. I mean, I've been doing that for 8 years. It's always an amazing time, extremely time consuming though. I've been able to spend a lot more time with my kids now that I'm working more on just my music. And but what else do I do? I do a lot of other stuff, but farming took up a lot of the time. Right now, I'm really just focused on music, you know, and my children. Yeah, and making sure that.
How do you balance being an artist and a father?
It's interesting. You know, it's when I have my kids, which is like throughout the whole week, I really am able to just work on music when they're napping or once I put them to bed, because at their age they do need a lot of attention, and it's hard for me to work on music because they want to do it too, and it's like it's hard for me to step away from being serious about it to, like, you know, letting them play around on it, because a lot of the stuff's really, my boys are rough on stuff, man. So like when I'm like, all right, you guys can play on the keyboard, you know what I'm saying? Let's, you know, they'll start going crazy. Like, it starts with them just like, you know, then they're like, boom, boom. I'm like, you can't do that. I gotta use this later, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I kind of get time to do it when I'm not locked in with them. But I don't know, it inspires, you know, it's like, it inspires me to focus and make sure that what I'm doing is fruitful, and not that I'm, you know, not just running in place, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, it's just like another thing. It's like juggling your day job with, you know,
music and shit, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like having 2 day jobs, you know.
Yeah, that's a full-time job.
Yeah.
Parent, salute.
Yeah, man.
Salute to you and every other artist who has kids and still pursuing, you know what I'm saying, their dreams. Because being a parent isn't easy.
No, it's not, man. But it's a blessing, man.
Yeah, it's a lovely experience.
It's a blessing.
Man.
If you got, you know, if you take time to raise your kids right, man, it's a blessing, and it just it helps you grow as a person, and you know what I'm saying. Like, your kids will tell you your flaws, man. They'll be like, yo, what the fuck, dude? Why are you doing that? And you're like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing. I shouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you get it together.
Kids are dope, man. For sure.
It was a pleasure having you on the show.
My man.
Definitely looking forward to seeing more great things from you. I'm definitely a fan, so I'm definitely rooting for you, bro.
Appreciate you, dog.
Where can people find you at?
Social media is all at Davie, Davie _Napalm, but Napalm. Somebody was asking. I didn't know that some member of Hiatus Coyote's name was Napalm too. I was just like, I didn't know there was another Napalm. We're gonna have to figure this out.
He not Davie Napalm.
Nah,
so,
not at all.
You know what I mean?
But Davie Napalm on everything, or looprat.com, LOOPRAT, all the stuff, merch, physicals, digitals, all that stuff is for sale on there. And I don't know. Other than online, you ain't gonna find me, man. I'd be on the move.
Be secluded, off the grid.
Yeah, man.
But still moving though.
Yes, indeed.
What's a gem you can give to aspiring creatives before we leave?
A gem. I would say one of my big things, I'd say it's like 2 things. It's always worth it to financially invest in your artistry. Like, you can, you know, if you got a homie that makes beats, that'll give you beats for free, or, you know, that'll mix your stuff for free at the beginning, it might be worth it. But at the end of the day, if you want your stuff to compete with what's on the table, you know, or
industry.
You know, yeah. If you want your stuff to compete, you know, you're gonna have to invest. And, you know, I'm not saying find the most expensive cat, but, you know, really look for quality work and be willing to pay for it and work to earn the money to pay for it, because in the end, you know, if you're good at what you're doing, it's gonna pay off, because the presentation of your artwork has to compare to the, you know, the quality of the work. You know, like if you spend
stress about it, second nature,
making this song and, you know, writing it, you don't want the mix to be garbage, or you don't want the video to be trash, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, invest in that. And then on the other side of that is, don't try to do everything yourself. Like, master what you're doing so that people cannot compare to what you're doing, and work with other people that have mastered what they're doing. So if you, like, just goes along with what I'm saying. If you're not a professional engineer, you know, work with a professional engineer until your work can compare with theirs. So if you're not a videographer, work with a real videographer until you learned enough to where you don't have to use them, but your work is comparable. You know, don't DIY everything at the expense of quality, because it's not worth it. It's worth it to just invest in your stuff and work with people that are investing in themselves, because it's more profitable in the end. And outside of making music because we love it, if you want to be able to make music all the time, you got to make money. So
excellent, bro. Thank you for the gems, man.
Thank you, Brody.
Thank you for being on the show. Appreciate you. Make sure y'all go follow my boy, Davie_Napalm, loopratmusic.com.
Just looprat.com.
Looprat.com. Get at my boy for beats. Get at my boy for features. Get at my boy. Put him on your shows.
Please. Holla at me, man.
Nice.
Much love, Don.
StlVsErrbody, you dig?
Appreciate you,